Hello everyone, I'm Rawan Arishal, a translation student, and today I'm going to talk about my ethnolinguistic story. But first, what is an ethnolinguistic story? Well, ethnolinguistics are science that has to do with culture and language. First of all, please let me apologize for my weird voice. Well, I know we've all been there, but actually it has an explanation. And long story short, this happens because of sound enters our brain from two sides. First one is the air, the second one is through bone. So when we hear our voice in the recording, we're actually hearing the unusual voice. However, if you want to hear your real voice, put some earplugs and you will hear the real voice of you. Please note that this information is irrelevant to our topic or our presentation. However, I just thought that it would be interesting to know. Now, I'm a Muslim and our holy book is the Quran. And of course, we all know how much it affects us as Arabs and even non-Arabs in learning Arabic because it has the best and the highest level of Arabic. But unfortunately, I'm not so good at Arabic, that's why it did not affect me that much and I did not benefit from it a lot. However, I really should. Now, the second thing that affected my language was, well, my childhood, you can say. My father studied English translation and my mother studied English literature, and they are both working with their fields. So you can say English is in my blood. Since I was in kindergarten, my mother and sister would speak in English, so I don't understand them. However, I somehow understood what they said in general, but not specific. Another example is when my sister used to be in college, and she's 12 years older than me, and my brother is 9 years older. However, I somehow used to know how to read her biochemistry topics, and my brother wouldn't know what to say. So learning English was always in my family, but for a limit. For example, my mother and father always spoke Arabic in our house, so we don't lose our language, no matter how good we became in English. So I'm a Syrian girl who was born and lived her whole life in Riyadh, KSA. So basically we only went to Syria in summers. Therefore, we barely speak like them. For example, when we go there, people can immediately tell that we don't live there with them in Syria. Furthermore, my mother once went to buy some fruits and she was asking for farawla, which means strawberry in English. And the guy was so shocked, like he never heard of it before. However, when she explained to him more, he was like, why didn't you tell me you wanted phrase from the beginning? Phrase is also like another synonym for strawberry. And by the way, synonyms are words that have the same meaning to one word, or they are very similar to it. Now, the fourth and one of the most important things that affected my language was obviously education. I did not change schools a lot when I was a child. I only went to 4 schools that had English at its best. They always used to give us extra courses in English rather than the governmental English, or what you call them. And I always had a high level education. And now, here I am, I'm in PSU studying translation. Living life with people saying to me all the time that English is in my blood and it's just me. So I obviously decided to work in my field, hopefully, in the future after I graduate. Now, my social circles are not so huge because I'm not such a social person. So my friends are both good and bad at English. However, my husband isn't so good at it. But of course, the wife always affects her husband. And finally, if you ask me, I can tell you that thank God I never had any personal struggle. However, I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with grammar, English grammar. But other than that, I thank God I'm so happy and satisfied with my field and study. And that is it, everyone. Thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed.